Hello book lovers of the internet, welcome back to my channel. So it's been quite some time since we last spoke. I'm wishing you a happy new year now that it's 2023. So the video I wanted to make today is a January currently reading and a TBR list. So let's get right to it immediately. First of all, I would like to finish Percy Jackson and the Titan's Curse, the third book in the Percy Jackson series. I think I should finish it by tonight or tomorrow latest, because I only have 50 pages to go, and it is my favorite one in the series so far. Next, I have the third book in the Maze Runner series called The Death Cure. I recently finished reading the Scorch Trials for a second time, and I'm giving this one another go. In my opinion, so far it has a bit of a slow start. I wouldn't say it's too compelling, and I feel as though certain questions should have been answered way earlier. And at this point it feels as though James Dashner is just stringing this out to make it a trilogy. In fact, it is also the shortest book within this trilogy, save for the sequel and the two prequels. And next up is Colleen Hoover's It Ends With Us. So I don't usually read these types of books, and I already read Verity by Colleen Hoover. I would like to make a review for that book. It was very interesting, it was full of suspense, I liked the writing style, and It Ends With Us has a similar writing style, which I can't really complain about, but at the same time this doesn't really have any suspense. I'm not invested in the story, and the characters are rather annoying, to be honest. I mean, they are all about the drama, they don't really care for each other, or at least they pretend they do, and it's all very pretentious, but that is just my opinion. Finally, I have the first book in the Sandman graphic novel series by Neil Gaiman. I am enjoying this one very much so far. I have also watched the first two episodes in the first season of the Netflix show, and I feel as though the graphic novel is being followed quite well, and it has been a good adaptation so far in terms of the series. The Sandman is a very compelling character, I love him to bits, and it feels as though he's just regaining that which he lost during the time he was confined in prison. So that's something which makes me feel suspenseful, something that makes me want to read on. Next are books which one fiction book and two non-fiction books. So as you may know, I read a lot of books simultaneously, some of which I started reading last year and haven't yet finished. And two of those are John Green's The Anthropocene Reviewed. I've read about 100 pages of this so far, and I can't say that I'm not enjoying it, but it really doesn't add much to my reading career. It's just a bunch of information, just a bunch of reviews Green came up with. So there's not much more to say about that. Then we have Haruki Murakami's Novelist as a Vocation. I am enjoying this one much better than the John Green one so far. And having read What I Talk About When I Talk About Running, which is the first non-fiction book about Murakami's life, and in this one it feels as though he is focusing more on his writing career rather than on his career as a runner, and it gives quite helpful tips, especially considering that I also would like to become a writer one of these days. I've been working on a short story collection for quite some time, and I hope to have it published in the coming months. Finally, I have the Maze Runner sequel, which would be the fourth book in the series, or the sixth one in publication, I suppose, called The Maze Cutter. I can't wait to read this. It's a hardback copy, and it was published last year, so it's a very recent edition. I also like the cover very much. I'm not sure what Dashner will speak about within this novel, considering that he already gives us a lot of background knowledge about Wicked and the rest of the characters in the original trilogy. So personally, I read the Kill Zone, or the Kill Order, which is the prequel, and I didn't enjoy it as much as I did with the original trilogy. so I hope he doesn't ruin it further with the mace cutter. But as usual, I'll keep you updated, and I hope you continue watching my content, especially the shorts. I'll make sure to leave those somewhere above here or in the description below, so make sure to check those out as well. Thank you for your constant support, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye guys.